you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. I'ma tell the risk I was never at the end. I would never get this off my chest though. I left it on your head, and when you ever overstay it, your thoughts are never everything you want till when you want. I'ma take it in the head with the signs of the distort. I'ma leave it on the side, you on the Christ when the breath on this set. Let me speak on behalf of the dead. I'ma leave, I'ma speak, I'm sick in the head. Come on, come on. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Till the risk I was never at the end. I would never get this.
All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between our visitors and the San Antonio Raiders. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14.
Ready, two, go! Check 52. Check, cross.
Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And not the start he was hoping for there as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Second and 10 at the 25-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. Now Gordon on first down. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. And now time is called as we've got an injury. Charger down there on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Now Anthony Lynn, sensing the play clock running out, will call for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Second and 11.
It's complete to Williams. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here we go. Let's go, D.
Back to throw. And it's complete. Henry. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 45-yard line. On the ground, this is Jalen Richard. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And caught by Henry. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 23. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. They'll run on 1st down. Gordon. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Yo, 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 yo. Yo.
Gordon. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on 3rd down.
Choose the right. Here we go, D. All day. Defense all day. All day.
They'll set up a throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Time will tell if that's an interception that rattles the rookie here. First drive on the road.
And you know the discussion going into the game? Centered on, okay, let's get out nice and easy. Take care of the football. We're on the road. You're a youngster. Let's not make mistakes early. But now the conversation will shift to, okay, put it behind you. Move on. Long way to go in this one.
On 1st down, McQueen. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a handoff here to his running back. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. You and I have talked about it before, but what about the year this guy's had on the ground? You come in as a rookie and in the discussion as MVP.
And people have always told me, running back, one of the easiest positions to break in, but not to this level. If you're talking MVP, that means he's had a sensational season.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown! Will Fuller with his 16th touchdown of the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. The 21st pick back in the 2016 draft, Will Fuller, and we know that he can take the top off of a defense.
He certainly can, and the way that he does it is just straight, pure speed. And I saw it with one of the better defensive coordinators in the league, and I said, how do you defend that? And he said, at times, you absolutely don't. If the quarterback gets time and he heaves it downfield, Will Fuller's going to outrun any coverage you put out there.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll find his tight end, Seals Jones. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
53. You can't block me. You can't block me. Sponge. No. Please. Whip. Watch the whip. Hatchet. 36. 34.
They'll try the right side this time here with Gordon. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, Steve. Let's go.
2nd and 15. And he will find his man on the outside. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Choose the mic. Hey. Bring the mirrors back and go full strip.
They're going to look to throw. Gets it to Gordon. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
At the 23-yard line.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Now, 52, know your job. By 52, let's pick it up.
Now Jackson.
Let's get out of the field.
Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
And the San Antonio 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Hey, Mike 52. All day, dog. He's checking. Crash.
They'll run on 1st down. McQueen. Jatavis Brown there on the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. To throw is Jackson. This is caught by Robinson. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the
Now a give, right side. McQueen. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
52's the mic, boys. 52. All day, all day.
Jackson from the shotgun. This is caught inside the 15. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A gain there of 30 big ones.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 10-yard line.
So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Now a give, right side. McQueen. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert?
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL.
2, Mike, 2. Hey, man. Watch the group. Watch twins. Watch twins. Under 10. Under 10. 10. Kill. Over. Kill.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for third down.
Let's go, D. Check four.
Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. He'll drop to throw. He completes it to Henry. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to fourth down. On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Check 43.
Throwing again. Jackson eluding the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation.
Here we go. Put the flag. Get it. Pick up the ball. Check. Put it wrong. West. Yeah, Jerry. Get him. You got him.
On third down, Jackson. He finds his target, Fuller. 12 yards as they get to reset the sticks. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Jacobs. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check. Lucky.
They'll keep it on the ground. McQueen. Desmond King making the tackle. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Jackson. Robinson's got it. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
On first down, McQueen. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. 31 yards there and a first down.
This has been a good drive so far. It's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Will Fuller. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 28-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They'll look to throw here. Benjamin's got it. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for third. And the Raiders call on a nickel set here for third down.
I got you, boy. Mike, 53. 50. Mike.
Now back to throw. Complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. And now off to the races down the right side. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Check.
They'll try to run this one in. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
At the 6-yard line.
Watch two. Hey.
2nd and 6. And he's got it. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Ricky Seals-Jones, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers, they're able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now a 28-7 ball game. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And he'll give it here to his running back. It's Melvin Ingram on the tackle.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
Here we go. It's a slant. It's a slant. Tight end right.
Play action. Now Jackson. Stepping up, he'll try and run. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On the double. Two's the mic. Check 52's the mic. You just warm up. Switch it. Come on, switch it. He's coming. 22, jet, bomber. 22, jet, bomber. It's a safety creep. Undercrush.
On third down, McQueen. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. An effective 7-yard third down conversion.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And now Jackson will look to throw it. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Just his second incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
On second down now, McQueen. 22 yards there, a first down. They just look like they're having fun out there. Big lead. There's another big play on the big run. I mean, they can't be stopped.
I'm a little bit older than you, as you well know, partner, and you tend to tell me that all the time. But there used to be a big-time song, and the lyric was, "Summertime and the living is easy." Right now, it's football time, and the running is easy for this crew.
Back now in San Antonio. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. On second and 11 now. Jackson being chased out left. Catch made. It's Moreau. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
The offense on third down tonight, a perfect 4 for 4 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. Now a give, right side. McQueen, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great play there with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going, and they're hoping to redo their efforts of the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Check safety, check. Hey, switch up, go.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first.
Chargers.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go. Orbit. Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike. Rotate. Spell. Don't let him breathe. Play that time.
They'll drop the throw. He's got a man. That's Keenan Allen. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. A big play there for L.A. 43 yards.
First down, Los Angeles.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. A give to the brother of J.J. This is Derek Watt. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
Mike. That's it. 53's the Mike. 53. Check 53. Yeah. Screen. Watch the screen.
He'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Rashawn Golden. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go.
The Charger drive about to get going. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Chargers first down.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Here's a quick throw caught by Allen. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Choose the mic. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Mike 2. Watch 2. Watch 2. Hey, check. Mike 2. Mike 2. You ain't doing nothing. You ain't doing nothing.
Back to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cleveland Farrell able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, He hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure.
53's the mic. 53.
Second and 13. He'll find his tight end, Seals Jones. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That one goes for 24 yards. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon, nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. They come out here in the I. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
53's the mic. 53 is the mic. Let's go, Ty.
2nd and 2. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Here we go.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. He's got daylight. And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory. A big play that time for the Raiders. 51 yards on the ground.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they will take a knee here. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. On 2nd down, McQueen. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
On third down, here comes Jacobs. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. And his kick here is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Let's go. Let's go.
25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. I'm here all day. I'm here all day. Check. 53's Mike. 2 seconds. 53's Mike. Go. Here we go. Here we go.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Raiders pick it up. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Well, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the home team here, the streak lives as they move to 13-0 now on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for our visitors, it's a potentially fatal blow to their playoff chances as they drop to 6-7 on the year. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.